Hello again, ChoroQ collectors. Today I bought a loose one, and it's a Nissan Mid4, which was a concept car done by Nissan back in 1985. So in 1985, Nissan was looking at the European sports cars of the day, like the Lotus Esprit and the Ferrari Testarossa, and they made a midship engined, mid-engined concept car. And this thing had all-wheel drive, and it was the, let's see, a V6 engine, I believe. I'm just reading Wikipedia, of course, this could be wrong. Yeah, it's a 3-liter V6 back there. And it's supposed to be making, I think, 240 horsepower. And so, even though this car never became reality, they did make a second version that looks just like an Acura NSX or Honda NSX. But this thing also had 4-wheel steering, so that 4-wheel steering and the 4-wheel drive system made their way to the Nissan Skyline in 1987, which I think would have made it like an R31 Skyline. Alright, that's all I really learned. Let's see here, we got standard chromed 5 spokes from Choro-Q, and then this is actually a brown metallic. It's not black, just a really dark brown. We got some radiator venting, some fog lights, turn signals go here, pop-up headlights. I think this sticker means like you're a beginner driver or maybe an advanced driver. I forget. There's some coding in Japan for these shapes. Nice rib detail there. Smoked canopy. Yeah, it's definitely smoked. You can see the pick behind it. That sound is the spring motor. These are pullback toys. I think this must be a fuel filler. I didn't see it on the other side. There are vents here on the real car, but very foreshortened on this cartoon version. Some sort of scratch in the windshield. I think this must have been played with a little bit by a kid or something, because very often Choro-Qs have a sticker here. That thing's gone. Obviously it's scratched up. We got some red for the taillights. I think this opens here. Try my thumbnail. Not easily though, huh? Yep, alright, so yeah, it's a trunk that goes nowhere. That yellow and red is the spring motor, so it's kind of weird to have a trunk just going to nothing. Oh, this also opens up. The engine cover, yeah, there's a molded in transverse engine here, so that's one cylinder bank, the other one's hidden, so that's kind of nice, having molded details instead of a sticker. Some of the Choro-Qs just have a sticker over the engine. Nice ribbing detail on the engine cover as well. So all in all, it's okay. Unfortunately, I have no clue how old this toy is because the sticker has been ripped off. If anyone knows, please leave a comment, but I'm going to guess it could be from the year 2000 or before. One would have to assume it's after 1985 because that's when the real car was shown. So anywhere between 85 and 2000, I'm going to guess is when this toy was made. I guess I could take it apart and look at the production dial. Oh, but wait. You know what? There's a screw here. I'm a little curious, so let's do it. Let me get a better angle here. And that screw head through that paper. There we go. I might be wrong, but very often I find that Choro-Qs have a round production dial on the inside of them. This is a strange construction. The bottom half is literally, splitting the body there, so there's a tab here. I also find very often the tabs of Choro-Qs are wider than the holes they go through, so taking them apart is very difficult. Let me come back. Well, that was all for nothing because there is no production dial. If you look here on the base, it is totally blank. So this is before they started the whole production dial thing. The motor, there are the inner workings there. And then the two hinges here. One thing I do see molded in the body though, right there, is the 85. So it is possible, maybe, this thing actually came out in 1985, just like the real car. because it seems like ChoroQ has a good relationship with Nissan. I think ChoroQ makes more Nissans than any other brand of car. So I guess it might have happened that they would, you know, show this thing right when the car debuted on the show circuit. I'm trying to get this engine thing back in place. Alright, so that's just a pin, 2 pins, friction pins holding those things on. Alright. So putting this back together, I gotta get that tab back in the back. Doesn't want to go now. There it goes. Yeah, alright, so not too hard to take apart and put back together. Although I could be mistaken, something went wrong. So let me come back again. Okay, well, to compare a couple other vehicles here. So I do have a KR31. It's known as a Skyline 2000 GTS. And this one has some 3D printed BRX wheels on it. And then Lotus, I do have a Lotus Esprit. I'm going to close the headlights here. That's a really cool one. Unfortunately, the panel gaps of the headlights are really bad, but it's still pretty funky looking. It actually looks a lot better with the lights up. But you can definitely see the family resemblance, I think. Although the styling of this Lotus is a little bit different than these two. Like the canopy on these is really tall, whereas not so much on this one. Just gotta pop up the headlights. It looks a lot better this way, I think. And I don't have a Testarossa, unfortunately, in this form. I guess the closest thing I have to it would be a 355 Ferrari from ChoroQ Zero. So to my recollection, Nissan's never actually sold a mid-engined car. Am I right? Or am I missing something? You know, Honda's got the NSX. Toyota had the MR2 and the MRS. But Nissan it's eluding me. I don't recall them ever making or selling a mid-engine sports car. Please leave a comment if you know of one. There's probably something really obvious I'm missing, but yeah. I only think of the Skylines and the Zs, but the Zs are always front engined. Unless it's like a Super GT car, maybe they change it there. Alright, well anyways. So you'll notice the wheels in the back photograph, they're really lame. They're so lame, I don't even want to 3D print my own wheels for this thing. I guess at some point in time, I'll just have to try to swap some wheels over from something else that might have wheels like that. It doesn't make sense for me to put custom wheels on a concept car, so I'm not going to do that either. Alright, well anyways, it's always interesting to learn about, new cars. I don't remember this car ever. Or do I? I don't know, maybe it's somewhere way back in the back of my brain, but I didn't really recall this car existing until I got the Choro-Q itself, so it's interesting to, rediscover things or fully discover things by collecting toy cars. Thanks again, everyone. I'll see you in the next Choro review. Bye.